Luke Beckman from Central Valley Ag is our marketing analyst this week. The latest crop progress report shows farmers are winding down in the fields. The nation's growers have harvested 94% of their soybeans and 89% of their corn. Nebraska is one of 4 states to have finished with soybeans. The others are Louisiana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. We talked with Luke Wednesday afternoon as soybeans were closing out another bad day. They were down Friday, up Monday, and back down Tuesday and Wednesday. We started by asking about the reason for the jumpy movement.
That's a good question. You know, the beans definitely got a little bit of a pop here through October, first couple weeks in November. Soybean meal was kind of the last story these, last few weeks, and really it's just kind of a technical move right now. Fundamentally, things haven't really changed in the beans. So we're seeing some long liquidation on the charts. We also had some divergence in the stochastics on the charts for beans here this past couple weeks as well. So you're really just seeing some technical stuff take over until we kind of get through this slow Thanksgiving time period next week, get into December, and then you're talking flipping the calendar over to 2015 rather.
There's some support somewhere to be had, hopefully?
Yeah, you're looking at some levels back around $10 is a psychological level. This is going to air later this week. Who knows if we will have been through that, but $10 you're looking at some retracement levels there as well as that psychological figure, so hoping that can hold.
Where's basis at on soybeans in your area, and that is a wide area of Nebraska?
Sure, you're seeing basis values, probably see a little bit of seasonal strength here. Once we get into December, across the landscape, processors can range anywhere from, the 30 unders to country elevators up into the 80s, somewhere in there. So if you're looking for cash, targets on the soybeans, probably called Jan futures at 10 1/4. So you're going to see cash values fall in accordingly. So anywhere from maybe a 950 up to the high 9s for cash.
Where's your longer term view at in soybeans?
Well, soybeans, Jeff, it's really going to be about, the world carryout numbers. We're expecting South America today to, raise a good crop. We obviously raised a good one here. So your carryout levels are really starting to swell. And so that's going to put a little bit of pressure on 2015 values as well, which makes us a little bit unfriendly in terms of price potential.
Describe the export scene for me in soybeans.
Excellent. Very hot. Monday's export inspections, the largest export inspections number that we've had. So we've been moving an awful lot of soybeans, and weather has dictated some of that. You talk about the guys out east who use the river system. They've had, for the most part, good weather, trying to move those commodities into the export channels before the rivers freeze up and we get a bunch of issues there. So hot and heavy on the beans.
And how does that complement then the crush numbers we've seen in soybeans?
Crush numbers have been good. We had the soybean meal issues, a few weeks back, but we did have NOPA crush numbers on Monday for the month of October, and that was the largest October crush number that we've had in our recent data set. So crush good, exports good. Overall, we're chewing through a lot of beans. So that was kind of the good feel in beans was the demand story through October, first couple weeks November. Now it's back to reality. We still have a large carryout.
Let's move into corn and just first kind of lay out the picture of where ethanol is.
Ethanol numbers have been good. We're running a little bit ahead of pace of where we would need to meet the USDA's corn for ethanol number on the balance sheet. This past week was the second highest week we've had for corn for ethanol use going back to our recent history. So the largest number was back in June this past summer. So ethanol demand has been very good. If we continue at this kind of pace, you could expect the USDA to increase corn for ethanol demand by maybe 75 to 100 million bushels before it's all said and done.
What are your targets right now for cash corn and for 2015 sales?
Now you're talking old crop corn in the bin right now. You're going to look at the December board and probably anywhere in that 385 up to 4. Really feels like a level that has stopped corn. So if you look further out on the curve, we're in a market where you're seeing a lot of carry. Getting out into the March, May, July months. So advising producers to look at that. If we can get corn into the upper 3s, we need to be making sales further out on the curve to protect that carry.
And finally, for 2016, is there anything that looks appealing to you at all?
Yeah, we'd certainly look at it. If you are a typical forward seller and you like to have a certain amount sold pre-planting, this is the opportunity to do that. You saw December corn climb north of 4 1/4. That's an area we like to put some sales on for soybeans. Anything north of 10 1/4 would be similar.